What's good? It's Unconventional AF with Jaleel Wavy back with a new episode. I had some great topics today. Let's start with Jay-Z first. He is back outside performing and he is selling out Yankee Stadium. This year is the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt and the 25th anniversary of The Blueprint. He booked the Yankee Stadium for 2 nights. And the show sold out so quickly that he had to add a third show. They said that it was over 1 million fans in the ticket queue. But let's be for real, it's Jay-Z. A lot of people consider him the greatest rapper of all time. Now, my GOAT is Drake because that's the era that I grew up on. But it's Jay-Z, living legend. And he's from New York. He could probably sell out 10 more shows. And nobody should be surprised. He also did an interview with GQ magazine. And I would say if you haven't read the article, or you can watch it on YouTube, that's what I did. It was great. I really enjoyed it. He spoke about Drake and Kendrick, Super Bowl stuff, and he talked about the sexual assault allegations that was made against him. He said he was heartbroken by that. And that was also during the time that Blue Ivy was in that Lion King movie. And he said he was crushed, and he told his team and the people that he was in business with that this is coming out and he's not going to settle because it wasn't real. And he wasn't going to stand for that. He said that was against his moral codes and where he's from, and he would never do that. He said where he's from, you protect children, women, and old people. And he said he would never do something like that. And then when he spoke about the Super Bowl halftime performances, he said Bad Bunny just made sense. Kendrick Lamar just made sense. Bad Bunny is the biggest artist in the world. Kendrick Lamar had an amazing year. So he was like, why would he not pick those people? And then he also said, I guess pertaining the Drake and Kendrick beef, he said he did not like it. Now he said that's a little hypocritical of him because, as we know, he had his big beef with Nas back in the day. But he said he didn't like the beef because he doesn't like the culture or where we are currently in music with social media, and saying that just because of this beef, if you are a Drake fan, you're never going to like anything Kendrick does and vice versa. And there's always an exception to the rule because, as you know, I am a diehard Drake fan, but I also like Kendrick's music. And I've admitted a bunch of times on this podcast and in real life that Drake, he lost that battle against Kendrick Lamar. It was even. They was 2 for 2, and then Not Like Us dropped, and then it was over. And then he just keeps winning Grammys, performed this stuff at the Super Bowl. The Grammys had everybody at the awards say A minor. It was real bad for Drake. But yeah, I would definitely tell people, if you like Jay-Z, go check out that GQ interview. And before my next story, I do want to speak on this real quick. I talked about that Sharon Moore, Michigan football coach or former coach. And I talked about that case and was like, black men need to get it together. And I feel like as a podcaster that's has this microphone in my face, I feel like I should give an update, especially one as important as this. The felony charges were dropped after the judge ruled that his mistress was not a victim of stalking after the evidence was presented in court. He was set up and the cops withheld evidence. So those charges were dropped and he has been vindicated, I guess. So shout out to him, but he's still cheating on his wife, and he is a bunny hopper. So I'm sorry. Let's move on. I hope by now everyone has seen the skit of Drewski playing this Trump supporting Republican MAGA blonde hair blue eyed white woman. Drewski does not miss with the sketches. And of course, that side of the world was very upset. It was great. But I'm going to be honest. I'm not mad at anybody that's offended. If you are a conservative and you are offended by this video, or Erica Kurt, if they are offended by this, I'm not about to tell them what they should and should be mad at. That's white people business that I have nothing to do with. And it is not the same as blackface, as we all know. So I'm not going to dive into that. But like I said, I'm not going to get mad at anyone for being offended. That's their business. Who am I to tell somebody to not be upset? It's a great video. If you are a MAGA supporter and you wear suits, you like sparklers in your face, and calling yourself a Christian but hate people, and you see yourself being portrayed in that way for comedy purposes, and you are upset, I would say go look in the mirror. Yeah, this episode sucked today. I have this new segment that I want to do, y'all. I mentioned it last week, top 5. And I got a few things written down, but we only going to do one for today, one per episode. I think I'm going to go with family sitcom. These are my top 5 favorite family sitcom shows of all time. George Lopez Show. Bernie Mac Show. Sister Sister. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And the greatest of all time, Full House. I know y'all wasn't expecting me to say that. I love Full House. Love it, love it, love it. And I saw this great post on Threads. They was comparing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Martin. And they were just saying that the Fresh Prince is better than Martin. And I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, Martin is hilarious, obviously. But I would say Fresh Prince didn't have a bad season like Martin. Once Tisha Campbell and Martin Lawrence fell out and then they were shooting everything separately, the show went downhill. But you can honestly say Fresh Prince, all, 6 seasons were fire. First season, you got to give shows some grace because they trying to work out the kinks. It's new. But yeah, I mean, Jeffrey, Lil Nicky, Carlton, Hillary, Uncle Phil, Will, like, bruh, nothing compares to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But Full House, that is my shit. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. But that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Follow me on Instagram, Jaleel Wavy, TikTok, Unconventional AF on Instagram as well. Thank you.